Hi everybody, and welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my Friday show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's a 4-card reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac, wherein I answer a couple of questions, such as what emotion or feeling is coming to you, why is that important, and where will this lead to? But I did mention 4 cards, so I thought I should tell you that I also give a wonderful little affirmation for love, romance, universal edition, that is, the universal love, unconditional love. So I like to end each reading for the elements with that little affirmation. That gives them something to think about, or maybe put into their creative juices and make the reading work for you. So hopefully that is a good thing. So let's get on, and as I mentioned, I'm going to do the reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac. So that means that air signs are first. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this one's for you. And I'm using for the regular reading the Modern Love Tarot, which is a beautiful new deck. It just came out. It's by Ethany. I'll mention the artist at the end. So let's get going then. All right, first card. What emotion or feeling is coming to you? It's the 7 of Pentacles reversed. It's the feeling that spring is in the air, that maybe our thoughts are turning towards what we want to manifest, that maybe we've been allowing some of that to just sort of sit by the side a little bit. You know, it's winter, it's the COVID thing, it's what has happened. But now is the time to rise and shine, especially in this context of our emotional realms, what we want to achieve emotionally and who we want to achieve it with. So the second card is, why is this important? And it's the Page of Swords. It's important because it's a new undertaking for you. Maybe you've been out of the emotional flow of life for a while. While this could pertain to people who may be thinking about relationships, it could just be pertaining also to people who realize they've been out of the loop and they need to put their energy back into the world. And you know, we did say this was for air signs, so it's kind of like the baby, the page of air signs, energy there. The idea of that beginning, burgeoning kind of thought towards the manifestation of what you're thinking about. And of course, pay no attention to the pirate flag there. I think that's just saying that, you know, we all want different things, and maybe sometimes we feel like we're a rebel, you know, but it's all good when it's about the love and the emotions. That's what I'm going to say. I'm sticking to that. Okay, so air signs, where will this all lead to? And we have another court card. It's the Knight of Cups. It's reversed. So I think this could be leading to, you know, I'll just be honest, the idea that there are some emotional goings and hitherings in your life soon, or at least in this current time frame that we're talking about. Some of these may be really good and important. They're all going to be kind of memorable, is the feeling I get there with that imagery of the card. So I think this is saying, you know, explore your love life or your emotional side or your friendship side, but do so carefully. you know, it's spring, and it would be too early to have your heart totally broken by situations. So, you know, you want to love carefully. All right, so I did promise an affirmation for the air signs. Once again, it's from the Universal Love It, and this was done about 20 years ago. It says 2003. And I really do like it. I do like it. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of spread them out here and just pick the one I think is your affirmation. And it's expectancy. Expectancy. Something you've been hoping for may not come about as you had expected. Observe the image on this card. Allow its energy to fill you. Know you are being filled with the infinite power of love. Find expectations are presenting something far more beautiful from entering your life. Surrender and trust. Something beyond what you could ever possibly imagine will manifest soon. And it kind of goes pretty well here because air signs have this energy to move themselves into the emotional realms. And like I said, be careful. You know, there may be, you know, some ups and downs here, but I think that the affirmation kind of speaks to that, you know, that maybe it is about what our expectations are too, and that we just need to do our business here moving forward without that sense necessarily of what the plan is or what will suit the plan. Just trust in that infinite power of love. All right, so now we are going to move on to fire signs. And fire signs, like my wife, are Aries or Sagittarius or Leo. And this reading is for you. I usually say them in the opposite order, don't I? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But once again, we're going to be asking those magical questions. What emotions or feelings are coming towards us, fire signs? Why are they important at this time? And where will it lead to? And you know, this is a weekly reading, so if it doesn't look great for you this week, you can always come back next week and give it another shot. I do appreciate any comments, thoughts, ideas about how I can make it better. Just go ahead and comment. All right. So what emotion or feeling is coming towards the fire signs? And it's the Hanged One, but they're reversed. Well, the Hanged One maybe is giving up, perhaps temporarily only, on the idea that love or emotions or certain pleasant feelings will come to them only if they're willing to sacrifice something for it. And maybe, you know, this is like an evolution in thought for the fire signs, or maybe it's just the way they roll. But I think this is the idea, saying that in this current frame now, you may feel it doesn't actually matter what's coming towards you. You basically deserve it. You expect it to be perhaps as fulfilling as you think it should be. And you don't feel necessarily that there's any kind of baggage or price to pay here. So that's not too bad. That's kind of cool in a way. So why is this important then, that you have this kind of going on? And oh my God, maybe it's in the air, but once again, the Page of Swords has come up, and I do think the Page of Swords is a little different for the fire signs. It may be important because maybe you really know you are moving towards something that, you know, unlike the air signs feeling like they need to get in the game, you are in the game. But for you, the game is kind of inverse, fire signs. You're sort of the center of gravity in your own world, and maybe this card is just saying that the brightness that is a fire sign will do well on its own, no matter what it's doing. It doesn't have to worry about attracting pleasantness to itself. That pleasantness knows that's where it's going. Okay, so I'm being a little silly, but I think it's really kind of true there. Where will this actually lead to? Oh, I guess I should have known this without flipping the card. It could just lead to, once again, not the expectations you want. It could initially lead to the idea that there is some heartache. And maybe that's saying that for fire signs, you really do have to consider what you give in order to receive what you want too. That sometimes pleasant emotions, love, friendships are not a two-way street. And so if you have been possibly ignoring or not really putting into context and consideration the feelings of others who care about you as well, maybe this is where the hardships or delays or false starts could happen in your emotional life, no matter what you want that life to be, love or just good friends and situations. So let's keep that in mind, fire signs, but let's also move on to the affirmation. I call it that. I guess it's sort of like that. I don't think I would call it love or shadow work, but I could call it love work. I would just call it the affirmation, I think. And so the affirmation, again, is coming from the Universal Love Oracle deck. The beautiful cards. Who are they by again? They're by Tony Carmine Salerno, who has done some other oracle decks that my wife says are quite nice. So, once again, spreading them out and taking the pick. And, well, it fits, I think. It's spiritual growth. Spiritual growth for the fire signs. And remember, this is really about this moment in time and perhaps this particular situation. This isn't to say any of these cards are about the totality of your life or being. They're really about this moment in time. So spiritual growth, take heart. This is a time of great spiritual growth. Powerful changes are taking place within you. It is important that you nurture yourself. Spend time in nature. Gaze at the stars at night and walk along a sandy beach. You will emerge from this period with renewed understanding. Pools of knowledge swell from within. And I do like that. I think it goes along with the line there that, maybe for this time period, fire signs are sort of a little bit impervious to others' opinions and they sort of feel like everything really is about them. This may be saying, not so fast. Remember, we are all spiritual beings of light and we all deserve, the exact same things. And just remember to put a little love in that cup over there when you're, serving others. All right, fire signs. Very nice. Nothing really horrible there. Just kind of a little, don't forget about this. Don't forget about the little people. So now we will move on to the water signs. And water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. On their own, they tend to be rather about the emotions. They tend to have higher emotions, if not just opinions about many things, especially when it comes to, things like romance and emotions and pleasant feelings. So let's see what's going on for them. What is actually washing towards them, the tide rolling in, as Banshee would say, as I now give the shameless plug for Banshee's Material Matters, Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel. She does for material matters, like finances and economics. What I'm doing here, hopefully for emotions and love. So check it out. All right. What is coming towards the water signs? What emotion or feeling is coming towards them? Bam! Water signs. You feel very charismatic, or you feel that somebody very charismatic has aroused your interest. no matter who or what you like or love, it's not necessarily about sex. There's just a magnetism you are feeling towards something, or you somehow sense it coming towards you. It could be the beginning of a great friendship, or just some sort of journey into a project or enterprise. Wands are very often about community building things as well as other aspects. And so maybe this could be saying water signs are really attracted to situations where people get together and socialize and share. I, as a water sign, feel this is a very appropriate time for me feeling that way myself. Why is this important? Well, I probably explained it for myself, but for others, it's the Page of Cups, and it's reversed. And that could be saying, too, that water signs really feel a need to reach out a little bit, because maybe they've been feeling a little bit more lonely, or a little bit out of the pole of life or emotionality. It could be that maybe we're feeling a little bit sadder about some emotional things. Maybe it's about relationships, but maybe it's about other people. Maybe it's about absence. It's been a long winter, or it's just been a brutal winter for some of us. It may be important because this is about recharging the water signs' energies, and cups are representing the water signs. And a lot of times, the Page of Cups talks about our poetic and possibly philosophical views of life or relationships. And so this could be saying, that it's important for us to reach out at this time, because we need something to kind of pull us back into that stew so that we can feel again. Maybe we're a little bit numb, or we're not really sure where everything in our heart centers and radiates towards. So where will this lead to? And it's another cup card. It's the Eight of Cups. And I think where it leads to is for people finding a higher purpose. For people, water signs, finding a higher purpose, or finding some sort of sense of achievement. And I'm not sure if I'm getting the right word. It's sort of as an epiphany of sorts, but it sort of is a feeling like somehow you are arriving, or you will be arriving home. Like it's just sort of a good feeling, something that bringing light to you. Like maybe it contains your wish, or it contains strong feelings for you. So that's where it's leading to, water signs. You maybe are compelled to get more involved in things that have people involvements, or emotional friendship bonding issues happening, because this will really germinate into something much more beautiful for you. And I like that. So I'm going to give you the shadow work now, or actually I call that the affirmation work for this. Maybe it will help really make us feel like we are completing that. We are strongly adding, our heart energy, our chakra heart energy to it. So let's see what we can do with that, with a good old loving affirmation. I like it. It says Trilogy of Light. Trilogy of Light. The image on this card symbolizes the template of creation. Abstract energy spiraling to formation drops down into consciousness. If you have chosen this card today, be aware that the wheel is set in motion. An abstract idea that you've had floating around in your subconscious has dropped, or is about to drop, into your conscious mind. This idea will soon manifest itself. Pay attention to new ideas that come to mind in the next few days. One of these ideas is the seed of a future adventure. And as a water sign, Scorpio, this has an incredible resonance for me, considering some of the recent events of my life. If you're following, other pages that we're doing, you understand what that is. But I think for other water signs too, I think it does coincide with the reading pretty well. It's the idea that there is something really inspiring about what's happening right now. And I know that Pluto is moving into Aquarius, and Pluto is important to some of the water signs, but Pluto is a powerful planet of transformative energies for anybody. And Aquarius has a lot to do with the social strata, the brotherhood of man and womankind, or however you look at that, humankind, the fellowship of humans. So I think this is very transformative for water signs, but probably it would be just about for everyone. I'd like to think that. All right, so we are now going to complete the elemental signs by reading for earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and they tend to be the emotionally sturdy ones that usually can take it all. But let's see what's going on this week. You know, once again, we're asking those questions. What emotion or feeling is coming towards you, earth signs? Why is it important? And where will it lead to? Once again, I'm using the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tarot. It just came out this year. Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. And I wanted to mention the artist. Oh my goodness, I'm not seeing the artist name here. Dang. Lucy Morningstar. All right, so let's get back to that reading. The deck is so cool. It's got nice gold gilt pentagrams and love things on it. One more shuffle. They shuffle very nice. I did do a flip through video of this a couple months back. It's on our YouTube channel here somewhere. I have an unboxing playlist, so if you're interested in seeing more of these cards and hearing me rabble on about them, check it out. Okay, so what is the emotion or feeling that's coming to you, earth signs? It's the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a good sign emotionally. This is a feeling here of people really appreciating each other and saying it with more than just words. There's such a sense of strength and bonding and the creation of structure. The feeling that you want to be able to help people just as much as you think people want to help you. Feeling really love at a much more unconditional level, earth signs. Why is this important? Well, maybe you're picking up the reins of the chariot and giving it a run. Maybe this is about you taking this on the road, earth signs, feeling that there's such power with people being able to commit in that way, and that maybe this is really important enough to marshal all the forces we can to make this happen. So where does this actually lead to, though? And it's the Three of Wands. It's upright, like all these cards were. And the image is a little dubious to me. I'm looking at it. You know, it looks like somebody who's looking for an apartment. So it's about meeting a challenge of sorts, you know, sort of going forward in a way, again, having moved from a certain level of accomplishment, maybe that's indicated by just having those epiphanies, But where it leads to maybe is really some sense of structure and planning to do those things. So if it is about, your own personal life and trying to create family around yourself or a sense of community around yourself, then it really talks to the idea that some of this has already been worked on by you, have been planned on by you, and that it's really, finding that moment, I guess, where it's going to take off, like all systems are nearly go for it. So we are going to finish now with your affirmation earth signs. And once again, that's from the Universal Love Oracle set by Tony Carmine Salerno. Ooh. Transmutation. Awesome. Transmutation. You are currently undergoing a time of deep spiritual transformation. Creative and healing energies are at work. Outmoded habits and thought patterns are being transformed. This process is taking place on a subconscious level. You will soon experience a renewed sense of well-being. This will have a lasting and positive impact on your life. Listen to beautiful music and meditate, for this will help you. Imagine yourself bathed in golden light. Now imagine that within the golden light burns a beautiful violet flame. Imagine this color transforming the thought patterns that no longer serve you. Bless the past and allow the changes to take place. And yeah, the earth signs really, I'm not going to say you're the winner this week or anything like that. I leave that for Banshee. But I think this is a really transmutative, transformative time perhaps for you as well. I saw aspects of that with the water signs and maybe slightly with the others. So a lot of this is really about taking the time to find that point, and it does involve meditation and maybe a stillness of thought. So I wish you well for that. And I just want to take a moment to thank everybody for coming today. I appreciate you all so much. And I feel your strength many times emotionally supporting of us and TFT Tarot for today. So don't forget to watch the happy hour tomorrow at 10 a.m. where we spread good cheer directly to you. It's that one card per person, divine or happy progressive card revelation for you. And of course, we are live streaming on Sunday afternoon after Banshee's show. It'll be on from 2 to 4 p.m., the live stream. And then next week starts off our run of Your Weird Week, Goth Tarot, and another live stream on Thursday night. So take care, everybody. We got some new things going on. You will be surprised.